as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
Very clear, please.
Pray for us.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing and face the flag as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The reading of the minutes of the last meeting have been written, recorded, and emailed to the council. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
Really great night. I'd like to make a motion to accept the reading of the minutes, meeting and accept it as written.
Motion has been presented on the floor. Motion is seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Minutes will be as emailed, written, and recorded. All right, we're going to try to bring up Supreme Court Patrick Kelly's message that was presented at the state meeting. Hopefully it works. We've been having some audio difficulties, but we're going to see if this will come up. We'll give them a couple minutes here. And real quick, I want to bring this up. We have Brother Roland Corral in the back. The Knights of Columbus, Napa, at the Red Hawk Golf Course is going to be having a golf tournament. He will be back there after the meeting to hand out flyers so you can sign up. Please consider signing up for this. It's a good cause, and it'll help out a lot of brothers in Napa. They just kind of put this together, and I think it's the first time, if I'm not mistaken. Is this their first tournament?
Yes.
Okay, so please, we want to support them. Consider signing up and attending this tournament. It'll be worth it and a good cause. Good feedback.
So far.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen.
All right, we don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what's gonna happen.
We're going to find out here in a minute.
Oops, wrong thing. It advanced when I didn't want it to advance.
My brother Knights, it's an honor to speak with you. I attend this virtual for the first time in 3 years. The order is not. All but the state. We are back in person. Columbus is back where we belong. Reaching this day was not or anything else. I want to thank all of the order. Pandemics, many challenges. And to all the leaders, thank you for being a constant source of support and strength. We truly wouldn't be here
Can you share
without
the screen?
we confronted the crisis with strength and resolve. As we have every challenge, from food banks to blood drives, from supporting our parishes to helping neighbors.
Might have to start over.
Countless acts of quiet courage, the Knights of Columbus stepped up. It's long said, where there's a need, there's a knight. Once again.
All right, let's just, I think I'm gonna have to email it out, so that y'all have it on email. Oh, you got it?
Mutual aid we provide for our life insurance is a case in point. We now have more than $119 billion of life insurance in force. Every policy we sell protects a family. It also supports everything else we do for the least fortunate and most vulnerable. Whether it's coats for kids, food for families, or the global wheelchair mission, we are serving even more people than we were before. And in January, we reached a historic milestone, one of our signature programs, the ultrasound mission. We have now placed over 1,500 ultrasound machines in pregnant facilities. Each one is changing minds and winning hearts for life. And each one is saving lives. We can all be proud of that legacy, even as we continue to build it. It's remarkable how far we've come and how much we've accomplished. Yet we must also remember how much more we have to do. Times are getting more challenging, not less. Perhaps this is most evident in the war in Ukraine. All of us are deeply disturbed by Russia's invasion. The atrocities and the indiscriminate killing of mothers and children is especially brutal. It is the opposite of the culture of life we have committed ourselves to. So as Knights of Columbus, we stand with the Ukrainian people, and we will support the vulnerable wherever they are. This is the first Ukrainian Knights joined the order just 10 years ago. So we are supporting our brothers and families. Stand with them as they defend their country and serve refugees. Immediately after the war began, I announced the Ukraine and I called on all Knights of Columbus. The fund has now exceeded $10 million. Counting. Every dollar makes a difference for Ukrainian widows, orphans, every dollar lifts up your brother in Ukraine and shines a light in a moment of great darkness. We have also established a strong relief presence on the border of Ukraine and Poland. Polish and Ukrainian Knights together to get truck supplies and around the nation. Through our fraternity, we deliver charity directly into Ukraine when others could not. We've set up mercy model of the KFC hub in World War I. Just over 100 years ago, those welcome allied soldiers were everybody welcome. Today, those same words train families in their own language, both on the border in cities like Warsaw, Krakow, and Prague. Polish Knights deserve special praise for their tireless efforts. They have done the lion's share of work on the ground, distributing aid, helping desperate refugees. Across the border, our efforts make history. We have responded with strength, and so much of the credit goes to you and your families. Thank you for standing in solidarity with Ukraine. There is more work to do in the days ahead. We will continue to deliver for our Ukrainian brothers and their families and their country. They did not have to do this. They are asking for our help. We will be there for them today and tomorrow. And every day when we pray for them, pray for an end to this unjust war. Ukraine is counting on us, and so are many others. Our countries, our communities, our churches. They need us to be knights for this moment. We are ready. If our history proves anything, it's that we do not fight the battles of yesterday. We fight the battles of today for the sake of tomorrow. While we draw on our past, we are focused on the present to ensure our future. So what does that look like for 2020? What does it mean to be a knight in the ring? It means to stand for the truth, to stand for light wherever it is. We face many challenges, and they all have a spiritual dimension. We read about it in the Gospels, saints. We hear in St. Paul's letter to the church of Ephesus. We are not contending against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against the power, against the world rulers of this present darkness, against the spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. There is a very real struggle going on,
We're unable to hear.
and the nature of ideas and ideologies, some of them result in physical difference, but others strike a very society,
Now,
the family, human nature.
uh,
It's not just but smart, constant communication. The very foundations of our culture are shaken. Pope Francis has put it best. Hope started here in change.
we can't hear them back.
Yet while social foundations true unified remain constant, so does the mission of Knights of Columbus. Blessed Michael, in his faith and wisdom, prepared us
For the feedback and the audio, for some reason, we're just not working. We had them working last week. We don't know if it's a bad plug or what, but for whatever reason, I'll email it out so that everybody will have it, and at least you'll be able to see it. And I do apologize for that. Going to move on to the chaplain's message. Father Vitalis is not able to join us tonight. He's in a regional meeting, but he will. He did want to voice his message briefly. He did say thank you. Most recent Cinnamon Roll event was a huge success, and is very happy with the outcome. And he also wanted to let us know if we could work on a monthly Knights present that would fall on the same weekend every month. Right now, we're talking about it. He wanted a pancake breakfast. I kind of talked him into maybe a pancake breakfast, cinnamon roll alternative. Brother Dennis Kuntz is working on that, and we'll discuss it a little bit later. On kind of preliminary plans of what we have now. But for right now, that was just Father's message to us. That's all I have from Father Vitalis. So let's move on to the Financial Secretary, worthy Financial Secretary Daryl Staffy. You can please give your report.
Good night. Good night. The council membership now stands at 378 members. We brought in 4 new members last month, actually 5. And I'll let our membership director, Ray, tell you about that. But I'm happy to announce that we are now at 100% of our quota with exactly 18 new members this year, and that was our goal. So we've made our membership goal. All we have to do now is have a fraternal benefits night. We need 1 more of those and turn in our Columbian Award, which is due by June 30th. And then we'll make our star bumps for the year. So everybody should be congratulated for that. I have name badges over here for anybody who's ordered a name badge recently. I've got the new style over here. Roland, I see you're here. You've got a badge. Several of you are going to see here have badges over here. James, I've got your wife's badge. If you ordered one for your wife, I'll have that too. So, but if you need a badge, let me know. I've got 4 candidates that went through the last 3 plus Ray wanted a badge. And so I've got another list going. So if there's anybody that needs a badge, come and give me your name and I'll get that ordered for you on my next order that goes into our new badge maker. The new badge is a little different than the old badge. It's slightly larger. The decal is just a little bit different, but it's not like the old one where it was flat, round, and it's kind of raised. So it's kind of a combination. We did have trouble with the old badges. The emblem, the heat would, if you left your badge in the car in the summer, it would heat up the glue, and the glue would cause the emblem to slide off the badge. And so we'd always had that problem with the other badges. So I'm hoping maybe this one will stay on the badge better.
This report's gonna be.
The old one we used to order from Omega.
Cue that. There's no sound on it, so.
With that, I think I'll end right there on everything else. So we'll talk about it right now. Yes.
How do we end up with dues paid?
Oh, I have 39 members that have not paid their dues this year. 9 of those did not pay last year. So when under the new guidelines that Spring just came out with for the affiliate program, but after a member is 2 years behind in dues, in the 3rd year, we submit those names to the district deputy. District deputy then, what do you do? Then Corey goes to Spring or goes to the state.
Ray Grant, Secretary, Ray Grant, basically,
After that, the council goes and submits those names of the members to the affiliate program. So instead of them being suspended, which is not very eternal, what they end up doing is they go to the affiliate program, which is like a permanent e-membership. And it's been up to Supreme to try and get those members re-engaged in Knights of Columbus. They are actually transferred out of the council. They're off the roster, so they're not susceptible to council per capita or insurance payments after that. The affiliate program was a pilot program last year. I suspect it will be adopted in full swing throughout the order this next paternal year, but that has not been announced yet.
We're still paying per capita.
no, you're not. You're not paying per capita, you're not paying insurance on the affiliate. They're off your roster.
But it's not a plan. Yeah. You just said it's
Right, well, the ones that you moved before are off your roster. If you supply new ones for next paternal year, then they'll come off your roster. The 39
should not really already provided. Not merged to the affiliate.
no, he suspended it instead. Because the affiliate program, there were no members that were available for the affiliate program, he suspended them instead.
So next,
Carry them for 2 years.
we carry it for 2 years and then we can submit their names. If we're unable to, make any contact with the members, we don't have a good address for them, then we can submit it. So I have 9 that are eligible next year if they don't pay their dues by the end of this return year that we'll be submitting. So we're at 9.
Thank you, Brother Joe. That I'm gonna move on to the.
I'm sorry, I have, I did have one other thing. I've got like 8 or 9 life cards and honorary life cards. John, Howe, would you stand for a second? John just got his gold card and I just gave it to him before the meeting. Some other names, Steve Bush, he's now got his gold card here. Donald Granassos, and Harry Duplex. I've got Harry's gold card. Is Ken here too? I know Harry's not here, but. Okay, I'll give you Harry's card, and then we have some honorary life. These guys pay $10 until they turn 70, and then they'll Qualifications for the gold card, you have to have 25 years of continuous service and be 70 years of age to be considered a not paid use anymore.
Congratulations to those members. Okay, with that, move to the worthy treasurer's report, Brother Bruce. Please give your report right now.
And we had a busy month during the month of April, $16,972.40 of revenue, $10,011.22 of expenses. Big activities this month were the last fish fries and the cinnamon rolls sales. The bank balance is $30,179.45. There are two encumbrances associated with that. We've got $6,962.59 that's encumbered for Ukrainian relief from the Seminole. And we had a $500 donation to us earmarked for Corpus Christi House. We have $25 in the savings account. So unencumbered balance is $22,741.86. And just very briefly, last year when we put the budget together, our forecast budget was $29,000, and our forecast expenses were $24,000. This month we reached $55,000 in income, and we have incurred $50,000 in expenses. So our fundraising has been phenomenal this year. And I just wanted to, it's kind of a milestone for us, so just wanted to briefly touch base on it. And that's my report.
Thank you, Brother Bruce. All right, I'd like to move to the Life Committee report, Brother Joe James. Please give your report.
Well, we got the mass at Planned Parenthood Saturday, May 21st, mass at 10 a.m. And there will be a rosary at 9:30. Probably be but all the ladies are explaining it, so that'll be. And then also, we need to clean up the lot. So that's going to be on Thursday, May the 19th. How about 10 a.m.? I haven't decided what time do you think will that work? The Thursday before the mass. So I can see that since we were there for the marathon, it was growing fast. Anyway, that's what we were planning on, so we'll need some volunteers when we go out, that's for sure. Anyway, also, we'll have the baby bottle drive coming in June. I couldn't schedule it in May because they had to get tied up with First Communion, the ladies have a couple of things going. So we scheduled for June the baby bottle handout the weekend of June 11th to 12th, and the collection on Father's Day that weekend on June 18th and 19th. That's a big one. Well, you might want to mention something about, you were at the, at Planned Parenthood last week or last month, because that was tied up with RCA.
Yes,
You had a good turnout?
we had about 4 or 5 people there. A couple of nights, one white, one lady night, and a couple other fellas there besides myself.
Thank you for going.
Pretty rotten, rough weather, but we weathered it nevertheless, so it was a good turnout, given the situation.
Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, if you can work with Brother Dave I on getting the volunteer sheet for the cleanup, and need help with the mass, I know Pellicor is going to be there assisting as well if there isn't a funeral, I believe. Right, Joe? Brother Joe?
We're talking about, it could be the 7th or 8th. I don't know anything about the 21st.
Okay,
Probably not likely if you know we put off that month.
okay.
We should be good.
Sounds good. Thank you, brother. All right, with that, I'm going to move to the membership committee report. Brother Ray Hanson, please give your report.
Pretty grad night. As we mentioned earlier, we had
exemplified four new members as of April the 21st. The first one was Brother Mark Miranda. He was a new member, and his spouse was in attendance. Also, Brother Rob Christensen. He's a reactivation. He was exemplified. Brother Jace Bork. He's an E-member conversion, and his spouse was in attendance also. Brother Kevin Stoker, also an E-member conversion, was there. And we also advanced Brother Kevin Stanford. He was a first-degree knight, and now he is a third-degree knight. So congratulations to him. Are any of these members here this evening? They are not. Okay. All right. We also have another reactivation. Okay. All right. All right. Mac Kreisenbeck is also a reactivation, but he will not be able to do his exemplification until later this summer, according to him. Now, prospects. Right now we have made our 100% goal for the fraternal year. We have prospects already on the docket. Brother Ed Shaw, he will be completing his RCIA later this summer. I know Brother Ed is in attendance tonight, so thank you for being here, Ed. Also, Toby Pfeiffer, he's completed a Ford 100, and we expect him to attend an exemplification soon, as well as, I'm pretty sure of this information, Jeffrey Daigle. He is an E-member. He had a family emergency, which prevented him from attending in April, but we also expect him to attend his exemplification soon also. Our next combined degree, as usual, will be on the third Thursday of this month, May 19th at 7 p.m. Showtime, 6:45 p.m. Pretty great night. That's all I have for.
Thank you, Brother Rick. Appreciate that. All right, I'd like to call on Brother Fred Klein for the community committee report.
The community committee has been very active. We've got a couple different things going on, and I'll go over them briefly. I have some of the members of the committee who also want to chat with you and present their information, and that will be Brother Joe Cordona with the blood drive. Then he will, after following him, we'll have Mike Wheel, who's going to give an update on the Corpus Christi House. I will not steal Joe Mike's thunder, so I'm going to move on to our other activities going on, which is we're in the midst of doing the program of Leave No Neighbor Behind. We've contacted about 84, or attempted to contact 84 of our own brothers. Our goals in May will be to now, those ones that we attempted to contact are ones we haven't heard from or seen lately, kind of falling off the radar. Our next goal is to do it by age. So we're going to be contacting 80-year-old and older knights to touch base with those guys. That would be almost 50 brothers who are 80 plus. So that, stay tuned for more going on that. The other thing that we did just this past Saturday, a number of you participated, was our Adopt a Highway program, and we did that between the rain. We were able to successfully complete that, and thank you all who participated in making that a success. We appreciate that. One thing to note, we had 15 participants total, And 3 of those were from the Boy Scouts that are associated with Holy Apostles Troop number 5. So it was a good opportunity to do some networking involving some of the folks in our community. So I thought that was a good way to be a community outreach, even while we're cleaning up trash. So, and on a final note, that the Idaho Transportation Department has awarded us the Knights of Columbus. I'm going to present this certificate to Whirly Grand Knight. This is from the Idaho Department of Transportation and recognition, and with sincere appreciation for participating in the Idaho Adopt a Highway program. Your unselfish dedication and hard work exemplifies the spirit of Idaho's people and has the thanks of all our citizens. And thank you, Corey, for getting that going. And thank you very much. And now we'll go to Joe Pergon.
Okay, we had a blood drive on the 21st. Anyway, we had 75 slots, we had 75 filled. However, on the day of the blood drive, we had 11 no-shows, but I went recruiting around the church and I got 7. So we ended up with 69 donors. And I know this will make sense, but we got 72 units. So that power rent, it gives you more than 1 unit equivalent. We exceeded the American Red Cross expectation by over 20 units of blood. They were ecstatic. And so our next blood drive will be July 23rd. It's a Saturday from 9 to 3. And the reason for that, those people that work Monday to Friday that would like to give blood, this gives them an opportunity on a weekend to give blood. And the American Red Cross is there and able to support us for it. And they're very, very happy with us. And I left my receipt at the one. So anyway, I'll get back to you.
All right. Anyways, my name's Mike. We're running the Home Out Corpus Christi House. I did donations that we've been doing for many years. But the one thing that's different right now is we've decided that we would use the power of the parish bulletin and the e-bulletin to talk a little bit more about this. When we put that out, the beginning of the month, so give you an idea, that nice bin that's out there that Joe built, or he saw rather, is holding about maybe a fifth of the load. And when we start putting out the announcement to the community, to the bulletin, we found that over 1,000 people around here, or whatever the number is, they're very generous folks who are Christians. And all of a sudden that bin builds the max every time we go out there. So I have a little bit of a problem with short drivers. But because now we're going down at least twice a week, so we were going down only once a week for the last 4 months. In the month of April, now we're going down there twice a week. And that's because the bin is absolutely overflowing with everything that we asked for. So maybe we'll work for Christmas too, who knows? But the gift giving, the generosity of the parish is not to be underestimated. It's very powerful. And so when you ask for pants, and shoes, and belts, and all that stuff comes pouring in by the binful. And what is that binful equal to? It equals to my back end of my Highlander completely, all the seats down, and it's completely full, jammed. And, you know, it's quite a bit of clothing. And that's what the folks are looking for. These are obviously homeless members who have depends upon our generosity throughout the parish in order to acquire that clothing. So that's gone very well. I appreciate the effort that's been made to get that. And their staff has been very good about helping out with the announcement, and we're supported by Father Vitalis and Father Manuel, so that's great. And
I appreciate the help that we've been getting from my backup guy, which is obviously should be Joe Cardone, and then our two drivers, we got Bud and myself are the primary. My backup driver is my wife, and Ed Soul is over here backing up Bud. So they're going out tomorrow to drop off, take the things what the closest down to downtown, and take it to the Corpus Christi house. We go in there, and you know it's a homeless shelter. They have a shelter, not necessarily a very pleasant place to be, but there's a lot of people who are smiling because we get help from their brothers and sisters in other parts of the community. And they go in there and they get very nice stuff and feel a little bit better about their life. That's about it.
Thank you, Mike. Really great, Mike. And so in summary, thank you, gentlemen. We'd like to open again and invite you to join our committee. We have lots of work to be done, so if you're interested. And Joe just made this afternoon. And so we could use your help, calling brothers, taking loads down, helping out with the blood drive. So solicitation to those online and also in the minutes, if you could put that in. Thank you.
Yeah, very successful. Thank you very much for doing that and helping out. That's a huge help out to the community. So thank you very much. That's a call out for any brother that can assist in driving goods down to Corpus Christi. If you're interested, please see someone from the community committee, Brother Mike Newell, Fred, or Joe Cardona, and they'll get you set up. So please consider helping out and joining that. I'd like to move to the faith committee report, Brother Robert.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone that wrote some words of encouragement and about the card for our young seminarian, Ian Ronald. He sent me all thank you card. Dear brothers in Christ, thank you for the birthday card. I was filled with joy to read your messages. The nights have been so supportive of me, and I cannot be anything but extremely grateful. I will be continuing for a third year of seminary. That's good news. Please pray for me and be assured of my prayers for you. God bless Ian Wilmot. So again, thank you. We do support Ian financially, which is wonderful, but our prayers and our words of encouragement are important for him as well. So it really was a blessing to hear that he's still moving forward and going through his third year of seminary. Well, thanks again.
Yeah, please keep Ian in your prayers, and if you'd like to pass him a note, Brother Robert can get you his address, or he can mail it for you. Please, letters of encouragement are always helpful. He is going into his third year seminary, and we will be supporting him again this year. So please keep him in mind. Thank you, brothers. Let's see. Okay, moving on to the Worthy District Deputy report. Brother Corey, please give your report.
What a great night. Thank you so much for inviting me to your meeting. It's good to see all you gentlemen here tonight. I just come with fraternal greetings from the state deputy. He just commends this council for all of your hard work. It was good to see your delegates at the convention. We had a great convention this year. It was our first convention in over 2 years that we got to meet in person. In the past, it's been like a hybrid, just a one-day convention, but this one we actually met in person. And I pray that you, Daryl, and Steve were edified. We had a wonderful bishop's dinner on Friday night. The Bishop of Boise Diocese gave us some great words of encouragement. He also prepared us for what's coming down the pipe when it comes to things with how some of our opponents are pushing back against us with respect to what's coming for like our healthcare system, with respect to abortions, how our healthcare providers are being forced into having to provide gender identification surgeries and that sort of thing. And all that's coming down. There's a lot of fights that are coming our way, gentlemen. And for now, it's going to be a fight. And it's going to be a fight in prayer. It's going to be a fight in our presence. And we need to stick to our guns. And I just really hope and pray that we do use our main principle of unity to combat this evil that is headed our way. So one thing that I wanted to bring to this council was on the last council meeting, Dennis Coons challenged me as the district deputy for our district to try and get more of the councils within the district to donate money. I was able to get one to actually donate $1,000. That was Risen Christ. I commend you in this council for donating. I heard it was like over $6,900. That's amazing. I mean, for cinnamon roll sales, I am just blown away. But I basically took your challenge to the state convention, and I told them that at the convention, as happens here at the council meetings, you'll see you forget your fraternal pin, or maybe you call the state deputy a district deputy, or you call the state secretary, the treasurer, or something. You get fined $1 or a couple dollars here and there. Well, in our fines this year at the convention, we raised over $878. And the state council rounded that up to 900. And as they were closing out on the proceedings on the vote of where the money should go, which they voted all the money unanimously to go towards the war effort in Ukraine, Poland, and throughout Eastern Europe. But then all of a sudden, delegates started standing up and saying, yeah, our council wants to donate 200. Our council wants to donate 300. Our council wants to donate 100. So that number kept rising. The final minutes of the convention have not been released yet, but I'll be anxious, hopefully at the next meeting after the minutes come out, to be able to share with this council how much money was raised at the state convention and is on its way to Ukraine and Poland and a war effort to make a difference in that capacity. So other things from the convention that were pertinent were that we had Special Olympics coordinator was there to kind of give us a message about Special Olympics. They are opening things back up again for us to be participants. They are going to get paper tickets out to all the different councils, to the district deputies, and we'll be able to sell paper tickets again to make a difference with Special Olympics. Also, Birthright was there to talk a little bit about how the Knights of Columbus have made a difference within their program. The billboard, also with our presence, just with Birthright as a recipient of our finances as well as our presence. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate this council. You won a state award. You won the state award for life, and the award was for your baby bottle program. I think you raised well over $10,000, and you were able to make a difference not only within different programs throughout the state, but you also made a difference with the ultrasound initiative. And you were able to help the state to place 2 ultrasounds in Coeur d'Alene and 1 in Lewiston at the, I think it's called the Rinaldi Center? It's Reliant Center. So because of that, your council did win a state award. And I commend you. I think St. Mark's Council wants to put some ringers in for their free throw shoot because I submitted all of your numbers for your free throw shoot, and nobody had sufficient numbers. Only one council from our district won, and that was from Nampa Council. And they had one 14-year-old, I think, that shot like 9 out of 15, and they actually won an award. But I think the ringer was St. Mark's. So, but a couple other things I wanted to bring up were that you mentioned for your STAR council that you need to have one more fraternal benefit night. The next fraternal benefit night is May 26th. You've done a great job promoting that on the website as well as through social media and on, at your council. So on May 26th is the next fraternal benefit night. I did send you and the financial secretary the links to get signed up for that. And if you promote it and have at least one person attend, you'll admit your obligation for your fraternal benefit night. And on your SB7, your Columbia Award, I know you have your program, so get that submitted as soon as you can. And for your SB7, your Columbia Award. The next thing is the free online membership is still available. If you go to kfc.org/join, and use the code McGivney2020. Anybody can join for 1 year, 12 months for the e-membership. And I believe that's all I have. So thank you very much for the time.
All right, I'd like to move to the 4th degree report. Faithful Captain, Brother Corbin, would you like to stand up and do a report of the 4th degree?
So the other report that I have is our assembly won the Civic Award. We were one of 2 assemblies that received it at the state convention. And we just wanted to give our thanks to Brother Mike Shaw, who has left this assembly and headed up to Cottonwood for all his years of service here at the assembly as well.
Thank you, Brother Corbin. Also, in the 4th degree, there was a vote for the Sherry Cusick. Brother Bud, would you like to share some information on that? So if you remember Sherry Cusick, her husband passed away, so Brother Knight, we did a cinnamon roll event, raised some money to help her out. Well, she had some car issues and needed some repairs done. And it came up to, let's go ahead and take a look.
Right. Well, the funding that we donated initially through the Knights kept her on her feet as she was transitioning. And then we got involved and the cars needed reconditioning, and she needed assistance with finding a job, and the son who lived with her was unemployed at that time. And so there was this issue as to whether she was going to be able to stay in her apartment. God has held our hands in helping her. Everything has been an unbelievable success. She has a wonderful job. Actually had multiple job offers. She took one, and with my coaching, I said, keep in touch with the others. And then she says, I will, but this one's really nice. So she's got a great job. Her son is also been offered a position. So the second car, which was the one with the kid in it for driving, is going to the son, and he's able to use it in his employment now. Both cars been reconditioned and are rock solid, so she drives over to Utah periodically. The family issues that she had with her daughter, the baby was born living. A little bit of problem with that, the problem of rebirth, but somebody solved. So all of the issues, I think your husband is in heaven holding your hand as well, because all of these issues right now, back to the point, assured her that I'm a telephone call away if you need me anytime, and she just keeps unbelievably thanking us for everything we've done for her.
Well, thank you, Brother Bud. Brother Tom?
I think it needs to be said that Brother Bud is the one that has made Sherry's life so successful in the last couple of months. Thank you, Bud.
I agree. All right, before we get to new business, I see a couple of new faces out here. If you're new or just visiting or first time meeting in a while, please, if you could stand up, let me know if you're a knight, you're visiting, your name, and I see at least 4 people. If you don't mind sharing your name and just something real brief who you are, and then all of our brothers can welcome you.
Good evening. Wayne Schaefer is my name, and I'm a transfer from California. Northern California, but, I'd love to be here. We came in July, and, I was a outside guard, as an officer, with our knights down there. And only had that position because I was in charge of hospitality for the church and, Friday night dinners and the fish fries, and I had a lot on the plate there, but it was fun. So I decided, okay, now we're settled in here. I finally made the transfer into here. I got the card. Thank you so much for doing that. And I'm official. I just don't have a shirt, so I am an outsider at the moment, but I am official. So, but thank you for welcoming me, and I'm looking forward to help out where I can. Thank you. I don't need it, but I can talk about it.
No,
You guys are here.
Yeah, they can't hear you.
Sorry. I'm also from the C-State, so. But I also, been a 30-degree night. I was the reporter for 2 years. I've never been my job again. Sorry to the reporter. Tough to get that job done. An outside guard, I'm an usher, and I'm really excited. You guys are rock stars too, so all the stuff that you guys are doing, I'm very excited to be a member of this council. Working on it, Junior. I'll see you. Bert.
Welcome.
Anybody else willing to share?
It's Michael from St. Catherine, Drexel, Cascade. Been in the next month, 9 months, shut down where only driving to the old people. They've been doing a whole lot. Maybe one pancake breakfast. One clearance. The sea rolls for.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. Anybody else like to share any information?
I'll share information. You're asking.
Well-
Just a quick bit of information, I'll be brief. I learned just the other day that the priest at, Lady of the Lake and also St. Catherine Drexel in Cascade they're getting a new priest there. I don't know where Father Bruno was going, but I did find out that, he's retiring, okay. And Father Brad Ely from, Livingston is coming to replace him. So that'll be something that'll help us hopefully when it comes to our council and, trying to plan a council there in Cascade and McCall.
The district deputy left out one thing from the convention that was very important. Brother Ken Reed has been elected as our state advocate at the convention. We have one state officer. Will be on July 1st. Yeah, he's elected.
Congratulations. Brother Roland?
By the way, welcome. I am also from California. The announcement that they made with the golf tournament, they're looking for golfers, but they are also looking for any other sponsorship. Any of you brothers here have a business, there's still a few days left. They're looking for some sponsorship for advertisement, that kind of thing. So, the golf tournament, like you said, is $100 golf club, but it really neat stuff. It's gonna be a good event. You guys should check it out. So I'll be here. I have some of the stuff you can send it.
Good. Please see Brother Roland after me. I'd like to move on to new business. Brother Tom Sorgi. We have a bingo night coming up. Can you please give a report?
Thank you for the grand night. St. Ignatius School Foundation does sponsor bingo here at the parish, and the office has given us another night, May 20th, which is a Friday night. The council has always been so graceful in supporting that cause by taking care of the bar and also serving food. And I assume we're back on. We're still can do that for the 20th. Just want to confirm that. And then just to give you a little more information, The church now has the foundation on the envelope. Some of you may have seen those on the weekly envelope. That's been very successful. We've gathered over $1,000 a month going to the foundation from parishioners contributing to that. Named scholarships, we are providing over $18,000 to the school for the next upcoming school year. They've got plenty of financial hurdles. You know, they're trying to keep their teachers and staff competitive salary-wise and keeping tuition minimum increase as much as possible. I think they're talking like 3% increase for tuition, and they're trying to get their staff up around 5 or 6%. We also have a legacy society in the foundation where persons can designate the foundation in their will and their estate plan at their passing. So next year, the intent is Father Vitalis is trying to get a bingo once a month, and that will exclude, of course, Christmas and Lent, but otherwise they're going to have a Friday night bingo throughout the school year next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Tom. One more thing in new business, it's brought to my attention that Heritage Auto Repair in Meridian is hosting their annual free oil change for single mothers on May 19th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. The owner, who's a Holy Apostle parishioner, his name is Scott Connolly, has asked the Knights of Columbus to help out and has a need for able-bodied people that can assist with directing traffic and moving cars around other tasks. I will send out an email. It's not just our council they're asking also Elizabeth St. Mark's and Our Lady of the Rosary. So there'll be another couple of councils that have got this email. I haven't heard back on who is going to be helping, so when I send out that email, please consider going down there and giving them a hand. It's a great way to show the public, especially, you know, single mothers, that we're in support of them. So please look out for that email.
Thank you very much.
So again,
For those of you who don't know, the Supreme Court had vetoed to overturn the abortion rights today. So that's hot news, right there. I got an alert on it while I was sitting here and other people know about it. So they're going to turn it over to the state legislatures to figure out. So let's pray for that too.
yes.
Oh, I think that's very good. It's not going to be a federal ping pong back and forth right there. I guess what you said, what I read here. Sorry, I got the alert and I pulled it out. It says the Supreme Court is going to strike down the landmark Roe versus Wade decision according to the initial draft majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito, circulated inside the court and obtained by Politico. The draft opinion is a full-throated, unflinching repudiation of the 1973 decision which guaranteed federal constitutional protection of abortion rights and a subsequent 1992 decision, Planned Parenthood versus Casey, that largely maintained the right. And Alito writes, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start.
Wow, that's great news.
Thank you.
Yeah, please keep that in your prayers as states look at the legislature that they follow suit with that and are for it. So, thank you. All right. Moving on to unfinished or old business. Brother Dennis Koontz, you want to talk about the cinnamon roll effort?
Thank you, Board. Good night. Before I get into that, though, I would like to recall, get everybody remembers, since Tom brought it up, that we're going to be doing bingo on the 20th. We need eight men to help with that on that Friday night. It's a shift from 4 to 8. I'll get Dave to put it on the calendar or on the website so you can go out there and sign up. How many are going to be able to have? Very good, very good. And then that's on Friday night, and then Sunday morning on the 22nd of May, we will be having our pancake breakfast. And I'm working on something, trying to do honoring all the educators and teachers. I asked Joe to bake, or I mean to fry on the grill again. Then I thought about it. He's an educator. Why are we making him work? he's the best educator. So just those two notes. I'll send that. I think you actually have it for the pancake breakfast, and the should be the same format. I do appreciate your help, all of you gentlemen. And now to the cinnamon roll event. This cinnamon roll event, it just gets humbling, more humbling every time we do it. And the money continues to come in. Every time I talk to Bruce, he said, we got another 300 donated, we got another 20 donated. So the numbers sometimes are fluctuating just a little bit. But our total donations were $7,107.59. And like I said, it's very humbling. We did kick up our production from our normal 300 to 370, allocated out 120 per mass so that everybody could get some. We still sold out. It was very encouraging because even when we sold out, people were walking up throwing in $20, $10. And I need to share this one story with you because it was very, very touching to me. A lady came up and gave us $20, took one of the cinnamon rolls. She walked around the back and she said to me, give this to somebody that needs it. I don't really need it. She did one of these things. And I said, about 3 minutes later, this woman walks up with these two little girls, elementary age. And the little girl said, Mama, can we get some cinnamon rolls? And the lady said, no, not today, honey. So you know what the situation was. But I immediately grabbed the cinnamon rolls, went over there and tapped the little girl on the head and told her exactly what this lady told me. And her eyes were just this big, which was just almost amazing. And then Sandra in the administrative office had given us some Great Pray for Ukraine prayer cards. And I had one in my pocket, and I said, there's one condition, you have to learn this prayer. Oh, yes, sir, I'll learn that. So this isn't the end. They start to walk away, and Grandma walks up to me and does one of these, hands me a $20 bill. So, and I punished the grandmother because she was trying to honor Mom. She didn't want to embarrass Mom, so it was very, very, very touching. But these things, and I'd like to figure out a way to produce more cinnamon rolls. I don't know how to do it. We're working on a couple of deals. We may be able to kick it up just a little bit more, but 370, we got it done in the same amount of time, but we're getting a little bit more efficient. The biggest issue is the capacity of the kitchen. There's no place to put them. So we're working on it, but maybe the next time we can get it up to 450 and go from there. But anyway, we've got $7,107.59, so we're going to be able to send to Ukraine, not for the war effort, Corey. Ours is going for ours is humanitarian effort, okay? If you all saw the bulletin, we did put it in the bulletin, let the parish know how much money they raised, how appreciative we were for it. And we did note that the money was going for the humanitarian effort, and 100% of the funds were going there. So I trust all the people that are going to be administering these funds that we hold true to that. In addition to that, since I made a challenge to Corey to get some more money from the state, I'd like to make a challenge to our own individual council today. I think someone reported earlier that we have 378 members. If we could get $7.65 per member through the council, I'm not asking each one of you to donate $7.65, but we could take this $7,100 and get the additional money out of our coffers. We have $22,000 on unappropriated funds, whatever you call it. Anyway, that round that up to an even $10,000 from our council. The $7,100 was from the parish. What are we going to do as a council? Open that for discussion.
All right, so we have a open discussion to round up the 7,100 from the parish, from the council.
Yes.
Brother Darrell?
Yes. Where they're at now.
Hold on now, we gotta have a motion.
Just under discussion here. The treasurer's report just went out to the council. You can all read it, but we are currently way above budget on our, we had originally in July predicted that we would be about $5,000 over. We're about 12,000 over the 5,000. So we have about $17,000. So we need to spend this money. It needs to go to something that's going to make a difference. And I would support the $10,000 to this, and it won't hurt us budget wise at all. In fact, we could match the parish and it would hurt us.
Okay, Brother Dennis?
I'd like to make a motion then that we allocate $2,893 from our council committee and put it to the training.
Second. Do we want to end it there? Do we want to give them a little more, or do we want to continue discussion, or just end it at the 2,000 that the council can do?
Motion's on the floor, you have to make the name.
Okay. All right, then with that, the motion's on the floor and seconded. All those in favor?
Discussion.
We. Dave? Brother Dave?
I'd like to make a motion or make a suggestion, however it needs to
So
happen.
we
Amend the
move to amend the motion.
I'm on the motion to take Brother Darrell's comment and match the parish with funds from the council for this effort.
Okay, so we're asking for $7,107 to match the parish. It'll come out of council funds.
I second it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Brother Dan?
We have to take this, 30 days, and what before we vote on it?
Brother Dick?
Yes, I do agree. $5,179 next month. Right.
Okay. Do we hold it for another month and take a revote next month then, keep it at seven? We table it
Yeah.
and keep it.
If we have to vote to approve it now, and we vote to approve it.
Okay.
And we have to fill up how much it is, and we have to publicize it. To the officers, to the members that aren't here. And then in another, at the next meeting, we can vote on it.
Okay. Brother Dennis?
What happens to the funds we have, we're not gonna hold
No, the 7,100 that the parish brought up, we could go ahead and move. It'll be given to the state, to accompany the money that they've already raised. They'll go over to Poland and the Ukraine, is my understanding. So, yeah, if Brother Corey, if you could talk into the mics so everybody can hear that.
So just to clarify what the question is, the reason we're sending it to the state instead of just sending it directly to Supreme is to expedite it. The state council has an account already set up, and they're going to be taking all the money from all the different delegates from the convention and anybody who donates to the state and expediting it to the humanitarian effort.
We'll go directly to Poland and the Ukraine from the state.
As a humanitarian
Company with their money.
Yes, yes, 100%, every dollar, there's nothing taken.
It's humanitarian aid, not war effort.
It's not the war effort. We're not selling guns yet.
Thank you, brother.
But give us time.
All right, so all those in favor of matching funds and tabling it, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion will be tabled.
What is this motion again?
So we made a motion
You wanna match the
to
fund?
match the funds of $7,100 and $7,107, which we've matched by the council funds, which will go. Now it is tabled for an additional vote for next meeting. We have to have an additional vote to pass this. So it'll be emailed out there in the meantime, between this meeting and next meeting, to all the members who weren't present tonight. So full disclosure's out there. This is what we're doing since it's a large amount of money.
So the second vote will be on matching funds.
It'll be on matching the funds. So it'll be just, give everybody an opportunity to weigh in or be present at the next meeting to weigh in. Okay. So with that, motion is approved unanimously, and will be tabled till next meeting. We'll have another one. All right.
There's a one opposed.
We have one opposed?
Yeah.
We have two opposed. All right, strike. Yes, it'll still be a discussion. Any feedback that you're gonna have, you could do it here or you could do it through email.
I would just like everybody to consider that's a lot of money that's gonna go to another country. And we have a lot of people locally that need help. And I think the first suggestion from Dennis was terrific, to send $10,000 for humanitarian help. And if we have another $5,000, I suggest that we consider using it locally here. And I'm not suggesting any in particular organization that needs it, but we do give Marcus Christi, we give baby bottles or to prevent abortions and things like that. I just like people to consider that instead of just sending another $7,000 to Ukraine. Not saying it's not a worthy cause. I think it is.
That's what discussion's for, and I like to hear that, and anybody that does want to discuss this.
I'm opposed to it, but there are literally hundreds of millions of dollars pouring into Ukraine, to Poland, both for war equipment and humanitarian aid. So, I agree with Don. I think we ought to even it at $10,000 and be happy about it. That's a good sum of money. I think 7,000 is just too much to take out of our budget.
So we need, if you could, anybody that opposes this, if you could email me the reasons why, I will have it in writing so that we could bring it for discussion before we do the final vote. And I think these are all valid things that do need to be brought up, and that's the reason why we do the second vote, so that these things can be brought up and discussed, and we can amend it to whatever monies we feel comfortable with moving to that second vote. So anybody who does have an opinion, I'd like to hear it, and we will present it at the officers meeting, discuss it there. If you have any other discussions you want, it can also be presented at the officers meeting, which is the third Monday of the month at 6 p.m. in room 109. I will send out the email, and hopefully we'll get some discussion on this. All right. Sound good? So nothing is final at this point. We just did the first vote. We still have to approve it, not unanimously, but by a majority, okay, for the second vote. Okay.
So Dave, are we wanting to vote on the $10,000 like they're the $10,000?
We've already
voted.
voted. It's already passed. We will go to the second vote,
7,100.
but it's not, convicted. We're not, Tom?
What happened to the
I'm unclear on what happened with the motion for $2,800 or whatever it was. That didn't stay again.
It was-
Still on the floor.
No, it was amended, to increase it to $7,107. So we amended,
Well, we should have voted on the amendment.
Said, I like it on our right, that. Someone will hear a new question. Seconded, and that's what we voted on.
so the 7,000.
only taken one vote. That's when it-
Yeah, and that was the vote. Okay, so you
Yeah, before-
Made a recommendation.
That's-
Okay,
Oh, yeah, that's.
we're the applicant. We're the applicant.
The proper procedure here, and I think we followed it, was, there was a motion on the floor for 2,000 some odd dollars. And then there was discussion and amendment to increase that to match 7,000. So proper procedure would be to first vote on the amendment, to amend the original motion, and then vote to pass that motion.
Okay. My understanding is that we didn't quite get to the vote. We amended the motion before it became a vote, before we came to vote on the first 2,800, whatever it was, I believe. So,
I think we did vote to amend the motion.
yeah, we did vote to amend the motion to 7,107, and it was passed by a majority.
So then we should take another vote then to pass the motion.
In
It's amended, you pass the amended motion.
So we need to call another vote to pass the amendment.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So the amended motion is on the floor. It was seconded by someone up here. If you could raise your hand. Brother Steve. With that, all those in favor of amending the motion?
I'm confused. Restate what's on the table right now.
Okay, what's on the table is the vote to amend the,
No. We already did
the additional 7,000, well, it wouldn't be additional, it would be matching funds. So the vote now is to approve the amendment to move
Now is to approve the amended motion.
to approve the amended motion to $7,107.
That's what we already voted on. That's what we voted on. That's what we didn't vote on the original motion of 2,800 something. That's the one that was never voted on. Correct. And what does it amend? There's a bunch of amendments, which you came to. We had discussion, we amended.
Which, yeah,
But once that it was amended, you don't vote anymore on the
on the original,
dollars.
yeah.
And then we'll vote on the final amount of suspending we're tabling, thank you. We're tabling the actual vote for 30 days or until our next meeting. And we got another one on the table then for the 20. Well, move the vote for next month. That's what I like to happen. We can't do that. Oh, I'd like the vote to be on. But it would have to be clear. It would have to be the only one we pass.
Yeah, so
If you put it on the
we
motion,
did,
but you want to say that only one can pass, and one fails, because you have to come up with $10,000.
so in the second vote, what we can do, my understanding is to vote that down and make a new motion to the floor, which will tie up the money, to the 2,800 or whatever it is that we agree to as a council. if I'm not mistaken.
I like the idea of the second motion there.
I like the idea of having a second motion, because if we have a second motion, until it goes only vote for one of them, right? But the point is, we don't have to wait another 30 days. Yeah, you know, we bring that 2,800. Am I right on that?
No, if you read from the bottom.
Okay.
No money in excess of $500 shall be paid or transferred from the treasury of this council, except such monies as the council is called upon to regularly pay for its current expenses of the work. Unless by a 2/3 vote of the members present, and voting at a regular business meeting held subsequent to the regular business meeting, at which notice in writing of resolution of intention to pay such money shall have been given and regularly read.
So it's not republished.
$500 requires two votes.
Today and next year. But if we vote that one down for 7, we might want to vote on it for 800. That's why we want to carry it over.
So that's, so we don't have to go through this again.
Another 30 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Three to one.
Right.
I had.
Okay. All right, so if we make a motion today for $2,800 and it is passed, do we have to call another vote next week or next month?
That's $2,500.
Yeah, so we do have to, so if we make a motion.
Can we motion to get to the 10,000 and then vote in 30 days to, if that passes, then match the difference? So it would be the 7,000. So we make up the difference. We do 20.
Yeah, we have to make a
And
whole
then-
new motion and we have to vote down the original 7,100 and make a new motion at that time.
But that then requires two votes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's talking about something different.
So we get to 10,000 now, and then if in a month that passes, then we make up the difference of being a match.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
So at
kind
least we
of,
have the 10,000 going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brother Tom.
This is getting too squirrely.
I say,
Robert Rules Lord says I can make a motion, ask you a second, then you discuss it, then you vote. But during the discussion, somebody can make a motion to amend the order. Okay? And you can vote to go north, or make a motion to go north, and somebody can amend it to go south. You have to vote on the amendment first. Then, if everybody says we amended it to go south, then the motion now says we're going south. But we still have to vote on that original motion before we're done.
Okay.
And you can't have two motions on the floor. So you need to put this mess to bed as amended. You didn't present it as an amendment.
Yeah.
You just said it was a vote for $7,000.
Well, no, I said it was a
But
vote.
that was the amendment. Now we still have to vote on the motion as amended and put it to bed.
Yeah,
And
and
I
that's,
still have another motion for everyone, however much you want.
yeah. So,
Table that too, as long as it goes 500,
yeah,
you're gonna have.
yes, that is right. So, the way it stands right now, we did amend it before we voted on the 2,800, okay? So there needs to be another motion on the floor right now.
Still on the floor. If you stopped it from voting the second time, you want to have a question.
Well, it's,
Just do a second one, you know, to vote for the amendment, and then do, then, so that would make everyone happy, and then we can do sort of make a motion from the floor to go and, what was it, $2,800? Up to 10,000. Yeah, so make it up to 10,000, that's 2,800. 2893. 2893. And someone seconds it, and then
You table it.
we table it, exactly right. And then we send stuff out, say, there's two motions, from the floor, these are what they are, come to the meeting and vote for the motion that you like, bang.
All right. So at this point, all we have to do is vote for the amended 7100, and then we could vote on the original 2800, because it's my understanding that both motions are still on the floor. Is that correct?
No.
28 is not on the floor, it was amended.
Okay, so the
amended
70,
one's not amended one to match 7100, that's what the vote was.
okay, so that one's already done. So now we need a motion on the floor.
I
Tom.
Yeah. Funding up to $10,000, which I believe was $2,893. To support the training room manager.
All right, so there's a motion on the floor. There's a motion on the floor currently, and seconded, in the amount of $2,893, from the council funds to increase the donation from the parish to $10,000 for the Ukrainian Relief Fund. Okay. Motion's on the floor and seconded. Discussion. Brother Dave?
If we have two motions, can we make them contingent on each other so that one fails if the other one is approved?
Yeah.
So that becomes an official thing?
I don't think there's.
He could have done it that way, but we could just vote it down. It would be, we'll just vote the second.
Okay.
So clear as mud. Next month, opportunity exists for I changed the parish, 70 grand. Next month, opportunity exists separate from that, and it will come up to 10 grand. What we're looking at is two separate funding streams for one cause. I mean, that's
Okay.
what's on.
Yeah, that's once already been voted. And the other
Now
one-
just is the 70 matching funds already approved. Now what he said, another funding source to bring it up to the original 10,000.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And I can do that because
All right. Brother Darrell.
And I would hope that if the $7,000 passes first, that everybody would vote down the other one. Otherwise, double dipping.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion on this matter? Brother Tom.
The only other discussion is I would encourage some proposals that if we want to spend that additional $4,000 or $5,000, that we have some other options brought forward to do that.
Thank you. All right. Also for discussion at officers meetings, I think there'd be, we could discuss that there, for other options for that other month. Yes. So keep that in mind. All right. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? All right, I gotta do it 3 times. Okay. All those in favor of $2,893 to round up to $10,000, which will be voted on now and tabled for a vote on next council meeting. All those in favor, aye? Aye. All those opposed? Okay. Motion has been passed. All right, moving on. Where were we here? Okay. Is there any other unfinished business? Actually, yes, Brother Steve.
Just a quick moment to mention the fact that we are going to be in a position to receive and host the Silver Rose, in case you don't know what the Silver Rose is. It's honoring Our Lady of Guadalupe and the Right to Life. There are 8 corridors that receive a rose, goes down from Canada all the way down to Mexico. We will be one of the councils hosting one of the Silver Roses on June 30th. I have a committee put together. We're going to be meeting here in a couple of weeks to discuss the particulars of that, but I wanted to let you all know so that you can spread that amongst your families and parishioners that you know, friends and family. The more you know, obviously, we'll get that out as soon as possible. Again, June 30th, it's a Thursday night. It's been approved by Father Vitalis. We have the church reserved. It's a very special rosary prayer service, which the color guard will be involved and knights will be involved in that special rosary prayer service. So, again, more information will be forthcoming at our next council meeting. We'll be discussing that in our officers meeting as well. So.
One more item on the docket before we move to the good of the order was our worthy insurance agent, Andrew Sorley. You want to give your report?
Okay, let's see here. It's good, been good at working with you guys and everything, meeting new people all the time, and put names to faces and everything. Please consider products you have, they're all really good and everything. Nothing, I mostly use telephone, but I do send emails out as well, and I really appreciate when people reply. Like I've had some members that have replies at my interest at that time, and I really appreciate that because just give me a heads up, like get you back up next year and everything. So I really appreciate the response and everything. It's helps me out and everything. So yeah, please consider hear me out if I give you a call, give you an email, you can talk, see what I can figure out for you. A little reminder, our annuities are up at 1.9% for the quarter. Still minimum fixed at 1.5%, but 1.9 for the quarter. And then another thing too, of course, our insurance products. If you're an insured member, which means you have life insurance, long-term care, disability income insurance, or an annuity, you have you're now an insured member. You have survivor benefits to your spouse. So if something were to happen to you, up to 1 year after your passing, your spouse will still be eligible to take out one of our products. So your spouse wants to open an annuity or whatever, their own whole life policy that's available to them. So there's lots of good stuff you got out there, and looking forward to working with you guys and getting to be more of you.
Thank you. All right, with that, we move to the good of the order. Is there anything for the good of the order?
I would ask if someone in this council could make a motion, not for 7,000, not for 5,000, not for 2,000, but perhaps $250 or $500 to help the Brother Council of Nampa and their effort for the Veterans Memorial. And that way we could have a Knights of Columbus at one of the tees and have an ad in the program and everything. I think that would be a really great gesture. So I would ask if somebody could make that motion.
Okay. I don't know how that works. I think the council is going to have to ask me to be presented in the officers meeting. So can't really allow allow that to go to the floor right now. So if you would have all the officers, well, let's see, our officers meeting is in 3 weeks, so
The golf tournament will be over.
that'll be over at that point. Yeah, I think that's, something that should have come up in the officers meeting. That one of your officers should have contacted me ahead of time. So at this point, I'm not gonna bring that motion to the floor or allow discussion on it at this time.
There's no motion on the floor right now.
No.
Okay. So, if no one makes a motion, then the guys.
Okay, so if there's no motion on the floor at this time, is there any motion on this floor for that? All right, okay. It dies. All right. All right, we're good of the order. Brother Tom.
Longtime member, Brother Ron Capco, has had challenge after challenge. He had a low percentage of success operation in Salt Lake several years ago, or a couple of years ago now. And it was successful. And during that operation, there was a blood clot in his intestine. You had to remove a bit of it. So now he fights to keep his weight at 130 pounds or something in that neighborhood. And someone thought, he has a number of doctors, that he had more problems with his intestine. They scanned his body and discovered that his aorta was closing off. He's had heart problems with plaque buildup. I don't know how many stents, but at this point, we're still working on finding somebody that thinks they can do something with it. So he very much needs our prayers. So I've asked the council to pray for Ron. Ron was workhorse with the vets. He ran our Ushers Club for years, scheduled everybody the way they wanted to be scheduled. He's founding member of the council. So I think we ought to support him any way we can.
Prayers for Brother Ron. Brother Tom?
Brothers, I ask prayers for my oldest brother who's turning 83. He has congestive heart failure and his kidneys are failing, and he is back in the hospital.
Brother Corey?
So under the good of the order, I just wanted to mention that there's a Q&A for the upcoming primary election. It's going to be on May 6th at 7 p.m. at the Meridian Library. Republican candidate Q&A forum. Another member from our district, his name is Tim O'Neill, is putting on the Q&A. There's going to be 10 candidates there that are running in Meridian districts 20, 21, and 22. So for the good of the order, I just extend an invitation to this council. Anybody who'd like to learn more about the candidates that are running for this area.
Brother Andrew?
Yeah, for the good of the order, on behalf of Brother Corbin, I just step out early. So asked me to, yes, on his behalf, prayers for healing of my marriage. Not looking good, but still time for a miracle. And he also asked for prayers for safe travels of all pilgrims to Lourdes next week, myself included. So for Brother Corbin.
Yeah, anything else for the good of the order? All right, with that, I'm going to call Brother Robert Nee, our worthy chancellor, to please lead us in prayer, stand or kneel.
We'll say the prayer for the canonization of Blessed Michael. Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, protector of the poor, defender of the widow, you call your priest, Father, and be an apostle and Christian father, and so we can know your example of his life and virtue, and every follow your Son, Jesus Christ, more closely, fulfilling his divine charity, and building up the body of the church. Let the inspiration of your sermon prompt us to become his love of all, so that we may continue to talk with you. We ask you, glorify, bless, and accept, and thank you, according to thy right holy will. Through his intercession, grant and favor right now and today, through the altar, through Christ our Lord. May the Queen of the Knights,
Pray for us.
may the Queen of Peace,
Pray for us.
in the name of the Father, Son, Spirit. Amen.
All right, with that, I declare this meeting adjourned. That's it, guys.